Hey everybody, and welcome back to another episode of our Medieval Total War Holy Roman Empire campaign. And this is the state of the Empire currently, AD 1277, and this is, I think this is either the death throes or the turning of the tide. We have a couple of opportunities happening around the map, but it may not be enough. I'm honestly not sure, and that's really what I enjoy a lot about this game. There's just a lot of uncertainty, especially if you play it the way I've been playing, which is, I have to say, fairly defensive, right? Not taking every opportunity that I could have, as you have seen through the campaign here. But that's kind of what I like. You get yourself into these situations where then you have to work your way out, and if you do, man, it feels good, and if you don't, man, it feels bad. But it's, I don't know, just the high stakes. It's a lot of fun. So here's the opportunities here. We have the last king of the Danes in Genoa. Now, he may not be in Genoa at the end of this turn. He may leave. There's a port here. They have unquestioned naval supremacy, the Danes. But we do have a couple of assassins going after him. We've got a couple of these guys. We've got our 3-star Adolf von Lothringen and our 4-star Friedrich Merode. And, these are not the kinds of quality of assassins I would typically send after a faction leader, but they're what I've got. And they have both, I think, more than a 10% chance. So one of them I think has 17, one has 12, something like that. The other thing I want to say is that I really like how assassins are implemented and represented in this game. If you think of where the Total War series started, you've got Shogun 1, you've got literal ninjas, right? That's what they used for assassins in that game. And so when this game comes out, Medieval Total War, a couple of years later, they kind of want the same strategic options. They want to have something that what would become the spy to take over for Shogun's shinobi, the sort of secret police, the subterfuge agent, and also an agent that could kill some stuff, in addition to some of the religious agents and so on. But the assassin, there's not really this tradition in medieval Europe of like stealthy, skilled murderers for hire. Right? When you hear about assassinations happening, and they did happen in the Middle Ages, they seem much more ad hoc, like just get some random guy, put him in a cloak at the back of the church and hope the target doesn't notice and then hack him down, right? And typically it would be not just one guy, but like 5 or 6 or 12, right? You try to jump whoever you were trying to kill, and it just seems like it was just a much more brutal, kind of random whoever would be around to do it. And so the assassins in this game are sort of presented as like wandering beggars, maybe wandering monks, until they go into action, and then you can see they've drawn their daggers and they're ready to go. So we'll see if this is going to pay off. If it does, our problems are over as far as the Danes are concerned. All their fleets will disappear, their armies will turn rebel. Maybe there'll be some inheritance going on, I'm not sure. Maybe some of the other factions will inherit some of their territory. But we will have a breath of fresh air, as we will have at least a few years, hopefully, to consolidate our position and try to bring back some stability. Now, we are certainly, that would not solve all of our problems, because we have a fairly strong Spain that reemerged in Burgundy and has since expanded northward into what was, essentially our territory. We also have Hungary, who has been moving west. Hungary is being pressured by the Golden Horde, who seems to be keeping up the pressure quite well against the Byzantines. So Hungary is still a concern, but I think they're a manageable one. So if we can kill the Danes, then we can turn our attention to Hungary at some point. The other factor here is Italy, which I'm happy to have as a two-state, faction, essentially blocking Spain from getting back to Spain and blocking the Danes, potentially, at least making it a little harder for them to move around. And then we've got Spain itself. This is entirely in the hands of the Danes, except for Aragon, which we managed to just sneak off of them due to the way their armies moved around, and it was totally abandoned, and we were just able to slip in. Well, Aragon is fine and all. It's not making us a lot of money. And I had contemplated just withdrawing, right? Leaving it, maybe burning everything down. But we'll stay here for a little while. What I'd like to do is get an army together that's a little bit better than what we have now. Just shore up some of our weaknesses. I'm training some spears currently. And then, get the Citadel and Barbican together. When that's done, this will feel a little more defensible. We'll throw like a couple of units in here assuming we can afford that, like we'll go with some men-at-arms and we'll go with some, some arbalests, right? Just something very small that will hold for a very long time. So if anyone tries to move in, they will have to assault and at least take a bunch of losses. But meanwhile, I want to get, over a few years, a decent army to move into Spain and just keep up the pressure here. Because some of these provinces are pretty rich. Castile is making them 557 right now, but Valencia is making them over 1,300. Cordoba is making them almost 1,100, but Leon seems to be the real prize here, 1,589. Now, I'm sure a lot of this is off of trade, because they've got a port and they've got a trading post here. But they do have a lot of farming upgrades built. So even if we can just put these places under siege for a year or two at a time, I would like to get a place like Leon and see if we can hold it, and maybe we can get some of that wealth. We won't get the trade, but we will get the farming, and maybe Cordoba as well, because this seems like also a similarly well built up province. But I think for the moment I'm going to aim at the keeps, because these will be easier to take because we don't have siege equipment. So we'll just be throwing bodies at the walls here. These keeps do not have the stone wall upgrades, so they will be that much easier to take. We'll have to get through the wooden wall, which we can avoid the boiling oil. We can avoid the gate and just hack down the wooden wall. Then we'll have to go into the gate and force our way in. But I think that's something we might be able to do. The other thing that we'll be resolving this year is these two sieges. Anjou and Ile-de-France, we're going to be assaulting both of those just to get them, because otherwise it's going to be a very, very long siege, and I don't have the time, and I don't want to lose the men. I want to get these and do one of two things. I want to see where our finances are, first of all. If we have them, we're probably, because we're assaulting, we're probably going to keep a lot of these buildings. That seems to be the case, that when you assault, you retain more than when you siege and starve out the garrison. Just more time ensues, and then you seem to have more chances to destroy or reduce the levels of the castle. In this case, though, we assault, maybe we keep the castle, maybe we keep the keep and some of these farming and building upgrades, and we can, if our income is looking okay, maybe we can start to get a positive again and use this as a sort of a new core. Some of that is going to depend on the Spanish, because they're kind of in strength right now. They don't have that great units, but they do have a sort of decent position, and they've got enough of them that could really cause trouble for us, and they can hit from Burgundy both of these provinces. So if that doesn't look like something we can hold, we'll just burn it all down. We'll make a wasteland. And on the topic of wastelands, it's been very interesting to me to see how long it has taken any faction to take Milan or Provence. These are empty, there's no forts, and Milan has had no garrison for years. So I'm wondering, what is it that the AI is doing? Why are they not just going for it? We've seen how the Danes even invaded Venice as opposed to Milan, right? We had men there. They could have just moved up from Genoa to Milan. It would have been the easiest thing in the world, but instead they did a naval invasion to Venice. Why is that? I think that the AI is doing some calculations about what is the value of the province they're going to get. And that's why, when we attacked, we still have Normandy. Again, we should not have that. We're getting a rebellion in Flanders. That's what it is. But otherwise, the AI was not going to invade. These provinces, no upgrades at all, no buildings, making us the absolute minimum income. And I think the AI takes that into account when they're deciding where to attack. That's my guess, because otherwise, I would have thought Milan, they could have grabbed that a very long time ago, but they have not. So maybe it was a huge mistake for us to destroy all of this stuff, but at any rate, I think we needed to do it to keep up the pressure on the Danes. Otherwise, yes, we've got some agents roving around. We've got a couple of spies in Venice. We were moving them over towards Genoa initially, but I think I'm going to get the Inquisitor over there just to see what it looks like in terms of border forts. I don't think there are any. But meanwhile, our 0 valor spies are going to move over to Venice. This is very low taxes, so maybe we'll get a little rebellion, right? We've got a year to try that out. Otherwise, we're going to move them up towards Swabia, where the taxation is very high, but the loyalty is hovering around 112. Maybe we can make something happen up here. And again, these places are all pretty empty. I've not built border forts in any of my territories, kind of for this purpose, right? First and foremost to help train my spies, but also just to have fewer border forts around the map so that you can get in if you need to. What else? Yeah, I think that's the main stuff at the moment. In the Eastern Med, things are looking very bad. We're basically not trading at all. So we're just getting our ships back, trying to make some attempt at the Danes by showing some at least some strength, right? And at least these guys, by moving down from the Black Sea, they're going to have lower upkeep costs. So that's how that's going to go. Antioch, we still hold. No changes there. The Byzantines still have Tripoli. But the Byzantines are another faction that is indirectly causing me some trouble. And here's how I'm thinking about approaching them. We're neutral, but they are at war with my ally, the Golden Horde. And they seem to be losing that war. Like, they've lost Constantinople. I don't know if they have Greece anymore. But they've not been able to take back these islands. They do, however, have Italy. And I think they have these... and they have Sicily and maybe Malta. Let's see, are the Sicilians? No, the Sicilians are still around, so they probably still have Malta. But the Byzantines have these Italian provinces. However, I think a few more losses, and they may be into civil war territory. So if we see an opportunity here, we've got a garrison that is our king, and this is where all of our heirs are going to come of age in Rome. I think this is going to be the time where, if the Byzantines look like they're in trouble, we're going to exploit it. Now, they do have a strong fleet, so we do have to worry about that. But I think we will try to get maybe back up to Tuscany. It's making them 355. Naples is making them 417, but has a citadel. So, whichever way things go, I think we'll just keep our eyes on the Byzantine situation. Okay, they are going for Provence now. The Danes are. Okay, and they're going into Aragon, giving that a shot. Okay, yep, this did not work. This was our Adolf, the rank 3 assassin, and... yeah, I thought so. Okay. Well, shoot. It would have been cool if that worked, right? I think we had 12 and 17%. So, Hardicanute is still alive and probably get some good traits to show for it. Okay, Castle Assault. This is Paris. Again, this is just a regular keep. So I think we'll retain this lineup. Quite honestly, we've got some very small units we can chew up in the battle. Some mercenaries that we probably don't need. Okay, I think we will go with a downpour. And because this is a keep, and we do have a catapult, I guess we may as well go for the castle wall if we can reach it. We do have quite nice range. Yeah, okay. I think we're back well far enough to deal with this. And so, even if we don't get it down with a catapult, we've got enough units that we can rush the walls and then rush the gates. So let's get all of our archers right there. All of our infantry guys, it doesn't matter too much. And then our general here. And they really don't have much inside, so we'll just speed up time. Alright, over 50%. Come on. Oh gosh, it's that last... There we go. Jeez. Alright, let's hit this arrow tower then. We're incidentally hitting this stockade, which is nice because we may need to grab that on our way in. We've not hit the arrow tower once. Okay. Well, that's it for the catapults. Let's now move in the archers. Let's go with... let's see. Let's save the high valor guys. We'll bring in the armored archers and these archers first. And we'll just run up. And because, yeah, it's just militia sergeants inside. We've got urban militia, we've got 10 peasants and 5 archers, and I think that's everybody. We're definitely coming under fire, that's fine. Alright, down to 1 man. I know the field of view is not the best here. But it's working okay, I think. As you can see, by the animations, who's actually shooting, right? Alright, let's just shift them over here.
The enemy general is
Alright.
dead. Unfortunately slain before the pox could kill him.
And now we're actually shooting from in here, which is very cool. Okay, now we've got the inner citadel, so that may mean that we don't need to worry about those towers anymore. Let's see. Nope, it definitely does not mean that. Let's get in though. And now we're good. Well, they do have some archers, so maybe that's part of it. Let's get up on this hill, and maybe we can shoot down at them. Okay, I don't think we're actually doing anything, unfortunately. Maybe move you back here. And let's get a throwaway unit that we can bring up to the walls. Like, yeah, these chivalric sergeants are mercenaries. Okay, we are actually getting some casualties. Right. Oops. Can't target our own men. But now we can just run them in. And that'll be the end of that. Nice. Okay, so Paris is down, and the next one is going to be Anjou. We got 1,000 for the pillage there. And this is going to be a bigger deal. It's an actual castle, but the layout should be exactly the same as a keep. The only difference is we've got stone walls now on the outside, and I don't think there are any ballista towers. Well, no, maybe there are, because I think they would come by default with the first upgrade or the second upgrade of the keep. So we're probably going to be facing just some stronger defenses in general. In terms of our lineup, I guess that's fine. Probably the cav is not going to be that useful, honestly. So maybe we want the woodsmen and the swords first. These are our entire forces in France, and on the campaign map they look they look pretty strong because it's more than a stack or whatever. But this is pretty bad. So yeah. And inside we're going to be facing some chivalric men at arms. Now all these guys have pretty low valor, except for the units that have seen some action, as you can tell. But these guys are not too bad. The chivalric men at arms, only 8 of them, 0 valor. So, all right. And if we can do this without losing the castle, I guess that'd be nice. Either way, we're going to get the plunder for it. And yeah, we've got ballista towers here. Okay, so we'll attack in the nice weather. We've got a trebuchet crew and ballista, and it's showing that we can actually use them. So okay, let's do that. We'll set up pretty much in the same spot, and if we could take out, obviously the inner castle wall, and I think the range on those ballista towers is pretty good. Ours is not. As you can see, we can't even hit the walls yet. Maybe from here? Yeah, we can do that. And I think these guys can turn to face different targets. Now, because we're in a siege situation, we could theoretically dismount cav. For some units, they can dismount before any battle, right? You right-click and you click the dismount remount button. But for most cav units, it's only during a siege. So the game does give you that option, whether you're the attacker or the defender, to get your guys off their horses, because the understanding is, you're probably not going to get your charge bonuses. I rarely do this because, on the one hand, this just, are you really going to run these guys up to the castle wall, right, with your general? This is a very good unit, Feudal Foot Knights, but there's so few of them here that I'd almost prefer the speed of the cav to just run in under the arrow fire if that's what we're doing. When you've got, the larger units of Feudal Knights, this might make more sense once we've cleared the walls with some of the cheap stuff. And the mounted crossbowmen probably just dismount to crossbowmen, yeah. But we can change that. Again, I think I like having them mounted. And maybe even these guys too. Like, if I had a bigger army, I might be more inclined to play around with that feature, but I probably won't use my cav at all. I just want to get in here with as little damage to my men as possible. Okay, we've got some handgunners. Which, that is a good unit for a siege. And we've got chivalrics and then urban militia. Okay, so these are the guys that we'll probably be using the most. And let's get the ballista going. Yeah, we'll go for the castle wall. That ballista's not going to do very much, but why not? Okay, it does 2%. So possibly that's going to save us maybe another cast from the trebuchet, right? Okay, they've got 8 archers in there, and I can see they've got some stuff inside the castle too. Alright, once our trebuchet gets the range down, yeah, this is good. Alright, used up about half of our ammo. Nice.
Onward to victory.
Okay, let's go ahead. Oh, it's tempting to take down this castle wall though. We could keep going against the arrow tower, or let's do the castle wall. I think we need to have, this may not work, but I want to be able to attack both places. I don't think we're going to get it. Oh, gosh. Nope. That's disappointing. 89%. Okay, we've got one way to get in. And now the snow's coming. Alright, 9 crossbowmen. So what would we want to send against them? Probably all of these guys. Just march them straight in. And let's run. We're not taking any casualties yet. Those ballistas are just missing, as you can see. Or our guys have decent armor. I can see some arrows trying to get in here, so wow. Alright, well, took our first loss. What a good run. Let's bring in the Slavs and the Jabagi to back them up. And you could just hop over this, guys. Okay, but there's the general. Alright, some Vikings. There's the men-at-arms. Militia sergeants are winning easily. Okay. Let's run the support up. I think we're going to be okay in the long run. We've just outnumbered them quite a bit. Let's bring up some of the lower Valor archers. Actually, we'll get like right here, and maybe we can take out some of these guys. Running into trouble now against the chivalric men-at-arms. Oh, we may have to send in a cav. Okay, that's trebuchet. Well, we can withdraw them. I should have done that a while ago. But we do have lots of reinforcements. Okay, we've got 5 units of reinforcements. We've got some reinforcements. 9 Vikings. Where's the men-at-arms? 7. We've taken some of them out. Alright. Halt right there. And we've got some javelins to throw. We'll probably kill a certain number of our own guys. The 5 Vikings. 3 chivalric men-at-arms. Okay, doing pretty decent. Alright, Slavs to the rescue. They're not going to rout, is the thing. Oh, that's right. We need to change where the reinforcements are coming. Can you see enough to shoot? Okay, we've cleared this. I think there's nothing inside here. So now I wonder if we can get out through this gate, or will we have to attack it? Huh. Let's send the Slavs at it. Alright, finally got a casualty on the Arbalesters. Okay, where are you guys going? They're actually leaving. Okay, yeah, we're getting the oil. I wasn't sure if we would. Line up back here for a bit of a better view. How we're doing? 3%. Oh my gosh. We're not going to do this. Why is it taking so long? Is it because we've just got a pathetic amount of guys here, or is it their attack is too weak? Let's throw in the urban militia too. Okay, these guys can no longer shoot. Okay. What are those thralls doing? Oh gosh, I'm tempted to go out. Let's go with these archers and run over to the thralls, and we'll get cavalry close as well. And then if they run in and let us in through that gate. All right, 14%. What do we got coming? Ah, woodsman, right. Yeah, those Viking thralls, I don't know what their game is. Woodsman and feudal men-at-arms, right, and then the rest is going to be cav for reinforcements. All right, we're getting it up to 20%. Okay, I guess I'm no longer so worried about the time, because we should be able to do that. And the oil seems like it's kind of run out. So let's get our guys ready here. I am a little worried about going through this breach because we don't have, like, fantastic assault units. Let's see, gosh, we might be able to get a shot on units near the gate if I can get the angle just right. All right, let's run in here, just in melee. And this is essentially a peasant unit. And I want to see if they're going to rout and if they're going to flee back to this gate. And if so, we're going to get our cav ready to charge over. And no, they're not. Okay. All right, let's attack the gatehouse then. We're going to lose a bunch of archers in this assault, but kind of expected that we were. All right, 37. So let's speed up. 57.
The enemy's gate has fallen.
All right.
Onward to victory.
I wouldn't have expected that our archers would have beaten the other guys to that. So we got through here. Now we can stand off and shoot in. And then 11 more percent, 10% will be through. All right, let's get you guys up. And you guys. Okay, we're firing, wavering. Yeah, it's going to come down to the cav, which stinks. But, you know, castle assaults are hard. 98. Oh, gosh. All right, so we're gonna run in the sergeants and these urban militia. Let's get the handgunners right down here. We've still got some urban militia and Slavs. I guess we'll move them in as well. All right, let's go right for the general there. Urban militia can go after these mounted sergeants. And the spearmen. Okay, I guess we're free to go inside now. There are some archers over there. Let's send our archers after them. They're winning easily. Do I want to run into feudal knights? I think we can bring in our other stuff and handle it. Start shooting from the back. Yep, kill those archers. And our handgunners. Yeah, sure. Let's bring them over. Yep, they're on engage at will. And Jabagi are firing already, so that's great. I'll let them do that. Crossbowmen are shooting. We've got it. It's just a matter of time. This is just a gross little skirmish here. Almost got their archers.
The enemy general is dead.
Very good.
Unfortunately slain before the pox could kill him.
And yeah, let's go after these two spearmen. That's it. And there's Anjou. Gosh, that's a brutal, horrible fight. Assaults are tough. So, we pillaged a lot there, and it looks like, yeah, we've leveled the place. Back down to fort and keep. Well, we got some money out of it. And the Danes are hitting Provence. We're going to auto-calc this. There's no real point in preserving those units. Okay. Alright, they've decided not to follow through with their attack on Aragon. I wish I could have seen what they were going to attack with. Wow. We sunk 3 of theirs and lost 1. Okay. Right, good. And ransom, no thanks. I'm not going to pay for ransom. Here's another revolt up in Normandy. So they're just getting these places back, but they're not much use to them, at least I'm hoping. All right, siege in Venice and Saxony has fallen. Okay, I kind of forgot that hadn't fallen. All right, we're killing lots of people in Tuscany with our Inquisitors. It's fine. Okay, lazy is not really what I want to see right now. I really wanted you to be a 4-star general. Shoot. Well, that's going to make things slightly harder. And this guy, you know, this area of the map, as you can tell, I've basically written off and kind of given up. It just doesn't seem worthwhile because I can't train anything good out of here because these are not places that I built up, right? The place that I built up was Swabia, and I was building up Saxony. You know, I had some stuff out of Bohemia. But basically, you know, if I had to do this over again, I think from the beginning, what I would want to do is establish a real clear sense of what are like the 3 provinces that I'm going to build up for military. You know, probably Swabia, because you get your Swabian swords, and probably Saxony. But then I think you need another one that's like also really dedicated to it, because these, you know, can be contested. So maybe Bohemia because of the iron. That might be a nice little triangle, I guess. And then everything else, don't worry about military. Like, I don't need every place to be able to train archers, probably, right? So that, I don't know. Maybe that would have helped, maybe not. But let's see what we've got now. How's our income doing? Minus 630. So, as we've seen, we don't have a lot of great stuff. We could probably get down to positive income by disbanding. Geez, I don't know. Okay, actually, our guys withdrew to Milan. So that's wonderful. And, oh, geez. Very low taxes. We're only at 100% with these two spies. I would have liked to bring that down further. All right, so we're going to lose this season. Well, here there's no border forts, but that feels like a bit less of an issue. Now, he doesn't have any boats here. Gosh, is this... We don't have an assassin. So I don't know if he's popped out an heir. Is it worth, like attacking the Byzantines just to get through them with this army? And then killing the king? And then... and then the Danes would be done, right? Is that what we do? Or we go down to Provence and do the same thing? They could probably move a ship over and then next turn get him out of there, right? Oh, jeez. All right, if we were on, let's say, very high taxes, how does that help us? Minus 481. All right, still not enough. And I don't feel like disbanding. I just don't. We've got Lord Utenheim, this guy's our only really good general. Lord von Marin is, this was Lord Blankenberg, right? But apparently he died of old age, so we get a different name. But basically the same stats. One of the unfortunate things about this game is that generals who die of old age essentially keep all their stats, all their traits, but they get a different name. It does change things like eligibility to the throne. So if this guy had royal blood before, when he dies and gets a new name, he's not the same guy for the purposes of having royal blood, right? So that would not carry on. And if he was married, that would not carry on. So there is, there are some changes when your generals die of old age, but it's not, it's the same guy. And I'm not a huge fan of that. There's a command line you can use to make it so that your generals are new when they die. So if one dies of old age, he's got worse stats than his predecessor. I don't know if the traits change. I've never used it. I've heard it's not that great, honestly. But let's see. We can't actually get to Provence without going to Burgundy or Toulouse first. If we hit Toulouse, we could probably force a withdrawal from the Italians and we could get it back. And this has some stuff. It's not great. It's going to give us spearmen and archers and urban militia. And, I guess mounted crossbowmen too. So that's not great, but it's got some farming. It's got some salt. Speaking of salt, do we want to apply it here? I think so. What we'll do is we'll encourage the Italians or the Spanish to move up here, right? We're basically shunting them around. We're going to say, okay, we're just going to move through Toulouse. We could go through Burgundy with all of our units, but this is going to be a river battle, and I think the Spanish might fight it. So we'll just destroy everything in both of these provinces. All right. How do you like that? And do we want to wait, or do we want to move... Do we want to move them now, just these two units? I think we want to wait. Let's take a second here, and I'm going to consolidate the units that I can, and then see what that looks like. Well, there's not too much consolidation to be done, actually. We've got, a unit, almost a full unit of feudal knights. Now, because these are actually different men with different traits, we can't just merge these two units together, unfortunately. So I can't have one unit of 39 feudal knights. We've got these two. That's, not a big deal, I guess. We've also got a full unit of mounted crossbowmen. We do have the 7 Royal Knights from Lord Utenheim. And then we've got, you know, a reasonable complement of archers, some handguns, and some assorted infantry. The trebuchet could come in handy again, so we'll keep that. Our ballista still has 2 men, so we can still use it if we need to. And then in the other force coming out of Ile-de-France, you know, it's more substantial, but it's a lot of, you know, kind of light infantry, honestly, with some assorted decent stuff moved in. So once they get all into the same province, we'll sort them out and figure, you know, who should really go where. Let's just check the loyalty on these guys because, yeah, that is a perennial concern. We need to get the disloyal guys out. And 3 is good, but 1 is bad. Okay, that should be good. All of you guys can come together, possibly under the command of, who's this? Lord von Marin, Lord of the Romans. Okay, so we've got 3 shields. I think that'll be fine. And then here, everything's looking good there. Okay, so Ile-de-France. Do we want very high taxes? Why not, right? Crank it up to very high and just leave it there. Let's get our princess up around Sweden and up over to Saxony. And we're going to come down. Next turn, we're going to go to Toulouse. And here, did I not train? I could have sworn. Maybe I didn't. Maybe I didn't queue up anything. That's a mistake. Okay, no, I guess I did. We've got 100 men here. Okay, so we've got enough cav. We've got 100 of these guys. You know, it's like, do I want to take a turn retraining this unit when I could have this unit plus another full unit, right? That's the sort of calculations I'm making at this point. We've got a full sword unit and a half sword unit. We've got a full and a half spear, a full and a half archer, pretty much. So probably let's go with some more. I mean, catapults take 2 years, so I don't think they're very good. But look, there's nobody in Leon. Nobody at all. All right, what we're doing is we're getting an army together that can hang out in Aragon. And that army needs to be under the command of someone who's not going to instantly rebel. So probably this guy. So I'll put you here. Actually, Aragon does give a command star. He can't have it because he's already got the Duke of Switzerland title, which we could strip and give him a different one. But let's do this. We could put you here in charge of Aragon because it's got 2 shields. And I think we've got some princesses. Let's check the older ones. Okay, 26. She's really, really useful there. We'll leave her there for a couple more years. Alright, so you're going to be in here as a decently loyal guy inside Aragon. This tells you how long you're going to have if we get besieged. It's not 100% precise, but it's pretty accurate. So years of waiting, that's a very good sign. And then if we throw in, like, the feudal men-at-arms under them, 5 years or more. And if we go with, like, this unit of Pavese crossbows, that'd be 4 years. Okay. And now what we want to do is work up, you know, more, well, let's get more crossbows. Actually, let's go arbalesters. I think their attack is better. And then we'll keep this army going until we get it really reasonable and then hit Castile. So we've got a little bit of time, I think, to do that. I'm going to hold off down here. We're going to use this army to try to corner the king. If it doesn't happen, it doesn't happen. And we're going to end the year. Oh, they get a lot of people up in Scandinavia. Okay, okay. English coming down into Flanders, but are definitely going to get beaten back. Oh, the Hungarians are attacking Constantinople. That's terrible. Yeah, it looks like the English only brought this tiny force, and the Danes brought a full stack down from Norway. All right, we lost Normandy, of course. We keep winning around the Sea of Crete. This is crazy. Okay, good. We get some Catholic bandits, so they'll have to deal with that. right, we got to keep moving these guys around. Oh, that's nice. He's famously brave, so that'll be nice in a siege, I guess. Very lazy. Oh, gosh. So now he's just a 2-command general. Oh, this is the worst time. Okay, now we have some people in Leon, and the king is still here. And there's still no ships. All right, we got to get everybody down here. All right, everybody's still looking good. Kinda. All right, very high taxes. And yeah, very high taxes gets you that that loyalist revolt plus the extra, you know, peasant revolt or whatever. And usually this one is worse, right? We've got just the unit of crossbowmen, so they're going to lose, unfortunately. But at least Ile-de-France is useless to the Danes, right? Okay, so we're just going to force out the Italians. And I don't know. I think for the purposes of what we're trying to do here, we don't want to mess around with holding Toulouse. We want to push everything right at Genoa as soon as we can. And hope that this army doesn't come back, by the way, because they could. There's nothing preventing them. All right. We've got an army here, or a couple of ships. We could actually just move them. They are caravels. So let's get them over here and kind of screw up the Danes' shipping. All right, he was going over to Portugal to check out the situation there. He was just looking at Grenada. The thing I'm noticing is there's these large armies down here on the North African coast, but not a lot of ports. So the Danes brought some men down into Algeria, but they have to move them like through Morocco if they want to get them back home. And I brought a spy down here, not because I thought this was necessarily going to rebel, but because I didn't want them massing people in Cordoba. The Danes did have some people here, and the concern is when you bring in a spy, the AI is going to lower taxes and or bring in a stronger garrison. So you want to do that kind of away from where you're going to be attacking, right? Okay, let's keep up the training. We're going to bring, let's see, I think the Arbalests would be better inside, and we'll bring the Pavis outside for the field battles. And let's go with another of these feudal sergeants. Actually, we probably want another Jeanette unit too, and they're cheaper. Let's do that first. Looks like the Hungarians did get Constantinople. I saw they moved in, but by the minimap there, you can see that they still own it. Well, they don't have Hungary yet for whatever reason. Okay, they're getting counterattacked in Constantinople. Here come the Danes down into Normandy and Navarre, doing a lot of reshuffling. And it looks like, did they move their king out? Let's see. Right, the Italians lose. We pillage 1,400 florins. The Hungarians get out of Constantinople. Finally lose in the Sea of Crete. Bandits in Anjou. Yeah, okay, fine. I wasn't going to attack them anyway. All right, so that means I could attack the Hungarians. I probably could have done that a long time ago if I felt in a position to. Okay, Aragon has completed the Barbican. And so I think this is one of those events. Usury or lending money for profit is often considered a sin, but the rise of moneyed families who are prepared to lend to merchants, look after those same merchants' surplus cash, and even transfer money between branches of the family in different provinces is a vital advance for trade. So I think this is telling you from this year on, trade is going to be better. I don't know if that actually does anything. That's the impression, though. Okay. All right. What do we got? He's still here. And he's got a prince. Oh gosh, please let's find a way to end this guy. All right, let's go right to Sicily. And then the turn after that we can get up here. Now, it occurs to me that I don't know if he has boats in this sea. Because we don't own territory adjacent to it. So that's probably the only reason we can't see it. He's just staying there. All right. Yep, let's destroy everything here. Again, I don't know if this is having much of a long-term effect. Maybe the Spanish will take this. But probably the Italians will. They'll get it through rebellion. And what do we have for rebellion up here? Oh, okay. So the rebels may win this. I suspect the Danes will get it right back. Alright, so we're coming back here, and maybe we can reestablish ourselves around northern Italy. You know, now that I've completely destroyed Milan. Maybe we can get Venice back, and maybe we can move back up around here with these forces. Oh, what's this? Oh, a peasant revolt. How nice. Ah, yes, okay. Alright. We want to get our spy right up there. Well, so here's the thing. We could get him right up here. And yeah, let's do it. He's a 2-star spy. It's a little risky bringing him into Cordoba because I'm afraid that they're going to move men into this place, and that's going to make it harder for me to keep, win anywhere around here. But if they can pull this off, that would be great. And then I could maybe get Leon. But regardless, the fact that taxes are very low, 95% loyalty, there's no buildings here, so I get my spy in. If we get another rebellion or two happening, his valor is going to go up. So we could get a very nice quality spy out of this. But I've been forgetting to move my guys. So let's move them up through our territory here into Tyrolia. Then we'll get them up to Swabia next turn. Okay, is there anything else we want to do? We do want to build, so let's not forget that. Alright, units that I'm not going to take with me, I'm going to put, like, into the castle as just, like, extras. Let's do that. Alright, this is a 3-year garrison, but maybe what we'll do is retrain some of them at some point. Let's get some swords. I know, it feels like this is taking a lot longer to get this army assembled, but hey, we'll get there. That looks like the king moved out. It looked like he went to Brittany. Is he up there? Yeah, he is. Shoot. Okay. Provence, we conquered. Okay, and we're being attacked at Milan. Autocalc that. That's the Spanish. Alright, they take Milan. And we're not going to buy ransom. There's the Italians. Okay, alright, excommunication. Okay. That's really nice. Do we have... We don't have a crusade marker. 4 years for the chapter house, 4 years for the crusade. Are they going to be alive still? The Pope is 59, so probably not. Still, that might be a good use of our funds for a little while. Alright, very low taxes. Yeah, let's get our spy right over there. Yeah, the bribery is pretty rough now. How are they doing, though, in terms of public order? Very low. They were with the spy there. They were at 101. Jeez, do I want to keep this up? I think what we do need to keep up is this. I think we got to attack Genoa. I mean, it's not like a great province, and I'm very disappointed in my Inquisitor. So we've got a prince here, a Prince Harold. He's excommunicated, for crying out loud. So his piety is 4, for whatever that's worth. It's very, very unclear to me. But what's the zeal? Zeal is at 100% in Genoa. He should be, like, at the height of his powers here. but he's got 0% chance of burning this prince. I think the chance is dependent on the zeal of the province, the skill of the Inquisitor, and the piety of the target. Maybe the command also plays a role. Let's see, would this guy be... This guy's at 16%. You know what? Let's give it a shot. I don't think you lose Inquisitors if you fail in an Inquisition. So that should be just fine. Where's my other Inquisitor? Did I have... Okay, we only had the one, apparently. Oh no, we've got one... Oh, that's right. Okay, we've got one in Venice. So let's actually... Can we get this guy? 94%! Okay. There we go. Let's get rid of this little general here. And let's get our spies up to Swabi, which is showing a 91% loyalty. So let's see if we can address that. Alright, he's not a prince, but maybe our Inquisitors are going to gradually get better here. But in the meantime, let's pile in to Genoa. Oh, come on. It's hard to do. Alright, we're all there. And Provence, let's go to very low. Kind of hold on to that for a little while. Okay, so this is kind of good that the Spanish have Milan, right? Better them than the Danes. The Danes are allied with the Hungarians, so there's not going to be much changing around here. I mean, could I bribe? No, 18,000. Okay, but you are... Okay, you've got 6 loyalty shields. There's nothing in here. I wish you could bribe, like, just a castle. You know, even if there was nobody in it. Alright, what about just one Viking? 8,000. That's all my money. I can't afford that. And this is going to be more expensive, too. Alright, well, maybe let's go and see what's in Normandy. Maybe we can bribe them. I guess you can stay there. Oh gosh, you'd be good for a bribe though, wouldn't you? 7,000. That's still way high. How many men does he even have? 151. Oh, and here's another prince, Prince Swain, 17. Okay, so just came of age. So we've got Prince Swain, we've got Prince Harold. These are very young princes. So the faction's not done yet, but we're starting to see some disloyalty, right? We're starting to see some population unrest. At least in a few places. Okay, we're moving in there, and here we are going to be continuing our training. Let's see, I want to take you into the field army. And yeah, I think that's good in there. So what are we looking like? Alright, we want to go with one more of those. One more of those. Let's do another archer. Let's do, yeah, let's do another Jeanette. And let's see, we got 2 archers. Let's get 2 pavies, guys. Okay. We'll go with that. Alright, with the excommunication, with them losing some territory. Okay, they moved a bunch of guys into Genoa. Hopefully it's royal family and we can make a dent. Oh, we're getting attacked in Aragon. Italians. Alright, we got Lord Loftson. Good. That was a 0 Valor Inquisitor, by the way. And there goes a 5-star general. So I feel good about that. We've lost Toulouse and we're being attacked in Austria. So retreat to the stronghold as per usual. And the Italians want to throw everything at me in Aragon. And I absolutely have to fight it because I can't retreat anywhere. This is a battle that I do not want. I don't even want to hurt these guys at all. I want them to stay and be an annoyance for the Danes, as you know, as well as they are for me. Okay, would I rather have 19? I think I'd rather have 19 pavies crossbowmen than 39 spearmen, at least initially. And we outnumber them. And they're attacking. So they're attacking with a bunch of siege stuff. And their follow-up army does not look good. But it is like their entire royal family. Oh god, this is so meaningless. But here we are. So let's see. We've got our general is this is the. Okay, which one are you? You're not the Teutonic Knights guy, so that's kind of nice. This guy is now very lazy. He's lost a bunch of command. He was the general who was doing all the suiciding up around the English Channel and ultimately down here. But now we've got our new Governor of Aragon leading the defense. So we'll be able to use those Teutonic Knights with a little more freedom, I guess. Which is going to be very nice because there's a lot of Royal Knights coming at us. But they're going to be downhill. We've got some nice ground. Let's get our low trajectory guys. Let's see. Get you here. Let's put you like right here. I don't know if that's going to be good or not. Arbalests there. We've got a decent amount of spears. You know, also a decent amount of swords. We've been doing pretty good, diligent training in Aragon. All right, here's our Jeanettes and our Teutonic Knights. And we got to be ready to move these because I don't know which side the AI is going to want it to come up. They've got mounted crossbows, but it's mostly the Royal Knights that I'm concerned about, and fortunately we're already hitting them. That was very nice. Take out 3 with a volley. It'll just turn your orientation slightly. Let's see. They're attacking my arbalests, or my crossbowmen. We're going to catch them. And I think, I mean, we don't have any valor on this unit practically, just 1. But we've got enough of them. We've got a nice downhill charge. Alright, we're going to come under fire here. Alright, so how to address this? Let's take them off engage at will, and we'll run them that way. Okay, they're going after me with some Royal Knights. So we're going to turn, and it looks like they're chasing 1 unit in particular. See, are we going to get any good throws in? Alright, we did some damage. Let's, I guess, pin him with that, oh, that's not good. No, change mind. Shoot. Alright, I'm losing attention here. There's the stupid king. And here's his men. Gosh, we pretty much lost this unit of Teutonic Knights. Look at this. That is ridiculous. And that Royal Knight's running away. Okay, that's fine. And yeah, this sucks. Gosh, a battle I didn't even freaking want. I'm gonna lose all these Jeanettes. We're gonna be back to the castle. I am really, really, really bitter about this. Yeah. Well, let's hope we lose a lot of men. Because here's the thing, we're going to be excommunicated if we try to take back Aragon. So that's it. We're done in the Iberian Peninsula. Unless we decide to just live with the excommunication. All right, we'll ignore the king there for the moment. Archers are firing. Yeah, this just came at the worst possible time. We've only got one unit left. What's that going to be? All right, turn around. And we'll just shoot at the back of this stupid Royal Knight.
The enemy king is dead.
Yep, great.
A vain and foolish villain to the end.
Just look at this carnage, though. Like, yeah, they're running away, but, like, so what? Like, we get this battle won, maybe, because they've got a couple of Royal Knights left, right? So, I guess that's good. Oh, here's the catapult, because they're, you know, fine. Just keep chasing it down. But, like, it really throws everything into a tailspin. This is just absolutely a nightmare. All right, let's get the general over here. Archers over here. Let's deal with these Royal Knights. So we say we keep the castle. You know, the Italians probably won't attack us again. What's probably going to come is it's going to be the Danes. You know, they're going to be the ones. Because the Italians have just made this this opportunity for them. Yeah, get away. And it's like we were so close. I probably should have gone sooner. Right, what are you? Right, forget you. Go after the catapult. Gosh. Alright, since Royal Knight's running away, that's fine. Alright, we'll have to think of something else. Well, I guess, you know, we'll see how this ends up. Alright, my cav, 15 archers, Royal Knights. What's this? Take out the ballista. Oh, mounted crossbowman hitting me in the back. Okay. Peasants attacking, but routing. Very good. And they've got some more peasants. I think they got some more light cav. We've taken care of their cav, so let's just keep moving towards the edge of the map. And with our archers, let's just focus on mounted crossbowmen. Are we making a dent in these guys? There we go. And it sounds like the ballista's back. Okay. You guys can now shoot at that cav unit. How did we get the ballista back? Come on. Everybody's routing, except for these guys. Keep changing their mind. Feels like this has got to be it. Oh, we got a Genoese sailor. There we go. Hooray. We saved Aragon. Maybe we'll get something of a ransom. Oh, gosh. Okay, this is the battle that I wanted to fight. This is Prince Swain. He's a very young prince. So obviously the goal here is to kill him. But I don't think we're going to use the catapults for that. So we'll get all this stuff at the end. Change up the battle here, and then you know, the reinforcements, and then see you on the battlefield. Let's do that. All right, and let's see how this goes. This feels very much like the last, potentially last decisive battle of the campaign here. If this goes well, this buys us some more time, right? We can maybe consolidate around northern Italy. We just want to keep up the pressure on the Danes so that they can go into a civil war. They're excommunicated right now. This is the weakest chance we're going to get, and unfortunately, I hate this battle map. So this is, here we are, just down from the crest of the hill. Where are they going to be? Probably right here. So it's going to be a mad rush for the top of the hill. Who's going to win a mad rush? It's going to be the Vikings. Right? If we run our guys up into the hill, we're running into the woods with our spears, which is bad, or our archers, which is also bad. So in terms of the lineup, I think this is fine. But what I'm going to do is probably go off to the left. Okay, they're actually holding back. All right. Now, yeah, they're going to pull back, though, so... Okay, so we dance over to the left. Get up here. Come at them that way. Yeah, a bunch of Vikings on a hilltop in the woods. That is not good. Alright, turn facing. We're going to get, like, up here. Oh, no. Okay, damn it. Alright, everybody get back here. Alright, we've got to... They acted more aggressively than I thought, so good on you, AI. We're going to dump the group because I think that's not going to help us. Okay, spears, back to basics. Spears in a line. Let's actually... Can we do that? That's slightly better. The spacing between the groups is one thing I don't like when you drag them out. Look how wide the gaps are. I swear when you're doing other things, that's different. So how about this? We halt you, we get you like 3 archers, and we group all you guys together. We go with a formation, we go with a missile first. And it's still kind of dumb looking. We'll go with it for now. And then behind you, we'll get all the rest of these archers. Like that. And then it's our crazy infantry and cav. Alright, just a little archer duel. This is fine. We are firing at them. Or we were. Okay. Let's get the hill a little bit. See how that looks. Yep, they're gonna rush up with some Vikings. They're not rushing up with many of them. We're going to get out of the trees. Actually, the fanatics might be useful. Right, losing slightly, that's good. Alright, running away, very nice. We'll let them run away. Yeah, that's fine. Oh, gosh. Another messy tree battle. Let's move our other archer line forward. And get our cav grouped, I guess. Well, we could charge them all into this. Oh, jeez. Come on, guys. Don't be a hero. Right, fanatics can be up here. That's good. We're gonna get shot at, so let's do this. Okay. Time to stop, I think. Those Vikings are now gone. Here comes some Spanish Jeanettes. This is a fairly light army. We are way far away from our reinforcements. Okay, let's get everybody back again. We've got our group like that. Yeah, I'm not a fan of how this groups up your guys. Like, we've got a block of 55 archers down here. Because they've got, you know, some discrepancy between the unit size, so it strings out the smaller numbers and not the larger numbers. So that's a little annoying. There's some subtleties about the grouping function that I am definitely escaping, because I only just discovered that it existed. Alright, we're going to get some shots in on their Jeanettes. This is a good unit to shoot at. What are we down to? 24 archers, almost out of ammo. I'm going to get rid of you guys now. I know it seems early to do that. But I think we need to be kind of proactive. Yeah, look at that stupid looking 55-man block. Okay, and we'll just, we'll shoot down these Vikings. We've used less than a quarter of our time. Looks like they get some reinforcements coming on. Feudal men-at-arms. That's worse. Alright, you guys both get out of here. And we no longer have this group. We've got a group of spearmen, essentially. I feel tempted to march on this formation, just like so. And I know that they can just come down off the hill. Alright, so I don't necessarily want to fight any farther forward because we're going to be fighting uphill. So this is going to be a difficult one if we can get it. Alright. Yeah. Damn it. Here come the other archers. Malicious sergeants up on the hill, more Vikings. I mean, they've got... We routed one unit. We're whittling down this one, and they've got, I don't know, 6 more? They got crossbowmen coming. God, if we had just like a flat field, this would have been better because we would have out-archered them and we could have done some more damage. But the hilliness, the woods, yeah, their placement is really, really working against us. I wonder if we should just withdraw. I never do that. But like use all of our arrows and then just friggin' leave. Because we haven't lost that many men yet. And we could go back. Could we go back to Provence? Actually, I'm not sure. I think there's a rebellion waiting for us there. We don't have Milan. Just screw it. I think I'm going to withdraw. I'm going to get out of here because this is not favorable. We're going to throw our head against the wall with these Vikings, and I'm going to live with whatever consequences. We've got a very good general here. He so far doesn't have any horrible traits. If I just press route, what does that do? Would that be bad? It might be bad. No. Everybody. But yeah, we're going to route. I'll go through all of this so you don't have to watch, and we'll be back on the campaign map. Wow, okay, we got a lot of ransom here. We got the Prince, Giovanni, Don Ercole Landolfi. So that is from defending Aragon, which is nice. But as you can see, they've got more men around Iberia and Navarre. So I don't feel like this army is really strong enough to keep up that pressure. Okay, so the Italians are still alive. What? What? But we're at war. Oh, gosh. You conniving Danes. So, they want to marry my princess. Probably because they've got one old king and 2 very young princes. And they want to get going on a royal line. We've got a bunch of princesses, right? That's not the issue. I don't really care about that. The question is the diplomatic repercussions. So if we agree to this, we're going to get either a ceasefire or an alliance with the Danes. I am honestly not sure. This may be an alliance. Go straight from war to allies. Oh my gosh. Then we could like kind of trade again. Now, the problem is we're going to go to neutral very soon. Let's say it's alliance. I think this would make an alliance between us and the Danes. So the next message that we're going to get is, all right, your allies are at war. So that would be the English and the Danes, and we have to choose between them. Let's say we choose the Danes, right? Well, the Danes are then going to have to decide whether they want to stay allied with me or the Hungarians. I don't think there's any reason for them to choose me over the Hungarians, unless they just don't care about my lands and they want to start fighting in northern Germany and Eastern Europe. Because they might be looking at Hungary thinking, yeah, we could take those guys. If I say yes, then, am I in any worse of a position? Not really. at best, this may give me some breathing room. You know, I could what? I could attack the Spanish, get back up into Franconia, I guess. I'm very concerned about leaving the Danes with Iberia, because this is a very wealthy territory, especially connected to a trade route. And they've got all of it, and they've got all of the trade routes, so they've got no excuse to not just continue making gads of money. And they want to keep fighting the English, and then they'll take over Britain. We could accept it, and they're also excommunicated, right? But they're not going to be excommunicated long, because the Pope's going to die soon, probably before I get the chapter house built, so it's not like I'm going to be able to crusade against them unless they're re-excommunicated. Do I want to accept? I kind of feel like I have to at this point. We can get back... gosh, but then I really want Genoa, I want Venice, I want to trash them in Iberia. I don't know if I really can at this point. But honestly, I could get my men down here. I could get all these guys down into Iberia and set it up for myself. But then we're leaving Genoa with those big stacks of armies. Well, maybe that'll just have to wait until a little bit later, right? We buy some time. We, attack. What did we get? We get warned away from the Italians, right? So just don't attack the Italians for a little while. Fair enough. Go up to Burgundy. Go into Milan. Let's do it. Let's see what happens. All right, we've got a daughter. Okay. We're allied to the Danes. Still losing over 1,200, but that's because we've got no ships. Okay. Okay. Gotta reevaluate. This is probably going to end, and it may end with war, like, very soon. We may be back to war, like, in the next turn. Wouldn't I love to have Swabia back, though? I mean, it's not that lucrative. And they're not going to hold Portugal. They're going to keep having trouble with that for a long time. Oh, wow. So this Inquisitor, by the way, was 0 valor. And so managing to burn that prince, that got him up to 3. That is very nice. Okay, well, I think we need to take a pause here now, because I need to give this a long, hard think. We're going to have to choose our next move pretty carefully. It may all come to nothing, right? Because the Danes, who knows, they may just attack a boat out of spite. Although I don't think we're in any sea regions of theirs. So we are currently doing a bit of trade in Antioch. You know, and we could extend that by bringing down ships to the Nile, because I think we're on good terms with all of these people. So let's do that, and then we can just slowly work our fleets back. Let's check the points. We're still ahead. We're gonna be losing that edge very soon, because the Danes are just gonna crush it. And the Hungarians may even eke out ahead of us in a little while, too. But it's really the Danes, so I think we need to take this breather. Try to find a way back to positive income. Work our way back up to Swabia. And hold that, do or die with Swabia. Try to keep control of Switzerland and Tyrolia, because that's another issue. We may have other factions sprouting up in this territory pretty soon, about 100 years or so. And then we'll wait. We'll just wait and see how Spain is going to go. Hopefully, everyone's pretty happy over here, unfortunately, except for Portugal. And in terms of loyalty, like generals and stuff, everyone's quite happy with the king. We bribe you 4,000. That's for a very understrength bunch of units. That's 10 grand for a single unit of Vikings at 6 valor, or 6 loyalty. Well, yeah, we're gonna take a pause and think about how to proceed. Things just got kind of interesting. We're allied with the Danes. They are at war with they're allied with the Hungarians, so they may drop the alliance next turn. But at least we won't be at war unless they decide to do that. Let's actually see. Can we burn this guy? 25%. Let's try it. A couple of Inquisitors going after Prince Swain. I think he's the one who's married to my daughter here. All right, let's get another Inquisitor. Let's keep these guys going and see what we can make out of our of our brief moment of peace. Since I think we've reached the limit of what we can do with war, so I'm very curious to see how this goes. Thank you very much for joining me in this episode, and I hope you'll stick around to see where this develops, if we can hold on or not. Our empire has shrunken since the beginning of the episode, but now we're at peace with our biggest enemy, and we'll see if that's going to buy us any time. Thanks, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.